We used to go kayaking every like Thursday. Have I told you about this? The McDonald's thing.
Go on.
Every Thursday.
You've told me so many things in 7 months.
So if you've heard this before, Soz, but we used to go as part of our Duke of Edinburgh every week on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, whenever it was. We'd go to the Albert Dock and they have like a kayaking centre and we'd go kayaking and whatever. And at the time, I worked
In the Mersey?
in the docks, yeah. Not in the actual river, just in like the dock. Like you're going past Revolution and Baby Blue, just having a little
fucking Hindu falling in. Don't worry, I'll canoe over to you.
And I worked in the McDonald's on the Dock Road at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like the period where the Monopoly was on. So what would happen is on a Saturday, right, I'd be in work and people would come in and be like, I've won a free double cheeseburger, I've won a Big Mac, I've won a Coke, I've won a fries. And when you worked there, you were meant to put them in the bin, little winning tickets. I just fucking stashed them all. I'd wear pants that had pockets in. Mackey's uniform, they purposely don't let you have pockets so you can't be robbing chicken nuggets and that for your break, right? So
are they worried about the actual nuggets or about the Monopoly?
They're worried about everything. They don't want you to be able to put money. So it's a completely pocketless uniform, but they are just black pants. So I'd just wear black pants that had a little sneaky pocket in when Monopoly was on. And I would take about fucking 100 things kayaking on the Wednesday. And then we'd leave and we'd be in the school bus. And the teacher knew what we were doing. He'd pull up in the Mackey's car park. I'd stay in the van and just send all of these in. And he'd go in every week and be like, can I have 7 Big Macs, 4 fries and 2 Cokes? And then me mate Reese would be behind him and he'd have more and Josh would have more. And then we'd send one person and he'd get all the McFlurries, like 18 McFlurries for all the kids. And we'd just get a fucking massive big scran from Mackey's for fuck all every week.
Fucking amazing.
Proper criminal conspiracy.
Duke of Edinburgh, wasn't it?
Yeah, Duke of Edinburgh.
Do you get any sort of special commendation on Duke of Edinburgh for being a fucking conniving little bastard? You special.
Did we get our award? We
literally went to Freshies Beach.
Yeah.
And went kayaking and then fucked it off.
If you're not from the UK, when people go, I was doing the Duke of Edinburgh, we're not talking about Prince Philip. There's a weird outdoor Nancy qualification badge that people got.
It's sort of like outdoor activity, extracurricular activity, isn't it?
It's for all the cool kids. They really love it. The cool kids love DofE.
It's basically when you go to sixth form, or if you're in America, like, is that college? Yeah. Sixth form? It's like,
no,
it's non-academic stuff that you can get an extra thing, but you don't have to do it. But you get to go on expenses paid trips to, climbing up mountains, climbing up hills, whatever. And one of the things we used to do was go kayaking. But we never actually finished the course. We just went kayaking every week for like 6 months. We were only meant to do that for like 2 weeks, weren't we?
Was it good?
Boss.
So every time we see those lads since, we go, we should go kayaking again, all of us just once. And it's one of the things you talk about, but you never do.
I went to a wedding in the Lake District once, and I was really hungover the next day, and everyone went out and did some kayaking on a hangover. And I watched them, and I'd watched them for ages, and they were like frolicking, and I just felt ill. And they were like, one of them came up and was like, oh, the water's so refreshing. And I was like, oh shit, I should do it. I was like arguing myself. And then I just I want to do it. And then they all got out and stopped. And it's one of my big regrets that I should have done that. Should have got in the...
Have you never been kayaking?
Should have been in Lake Coniston, hungover, the water hitting you. I would not want to get in the Albert Dock in Liverpool and do it. Next to the fucking yellow submarine and like...
You can get stuck upside down for a sec as well. In fact, one of the lessons was purposefully doing it. So you had to barrel roll. Your head's under the water, and you had to tap 3 times on the bottom of your boat.
Oh,
and then swing yourself and get back up.
It's one of my fears.
Did you just say, what about sharks?
Well, what about... You don't know that there can't be sharks there.
There's not sharks in the Albert Dock. There are tuna fish.
Big fucking Charlie tuna?
There's massive tuna in the River Mersey.
Can I just say, when people say, there are no sharks here, there are no sharks there, you don't know.
No, we don't know, but do you know what?
They can get there. All the roads are open. What are the roads? Rivers, seas. There's no fucking border patrol. Is there? I'm not being a dick. One shark could get lost and be like, fucking hell, it's a bit chilly up here.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple of weeks ago, like when lockdown happened and all like the emissions and everything, and it was changing. There was dolphins in the Mersey a couple of months ago.
I don't know if you're being serious.
I am 100%.
You're definitely being serious.
There was dolphins in the River Mersey. So at the start of lockdown, when nature was healing and there was like fucking sheep walking through Wales and all that. Yeah. There was dolphins in the Mersey.
Like sheep walking. Sheep haven't been seen in Wales for tens of thousands of years. How do you know that a shark, if a dolphin's having a fuck around on the Mersey, how is a shark not just coming out at the look?
No, it's not that it can't happen. It's
unlikely.
that you're hedging your bets, aren't you? Do you know what? I'd go to Goape in Delamere Forest because I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a fucking brown bear there, but it might happen.
So this is my thing with Delamere Forest and the brown bear. I get the reasoning, but that brown bear has had to hide away in a container of some sort of trawler or massive container ship, come over from North America, get out at a port like Liverpool or Portsmouth, then get to Delamere Forest using what I don't know, hitchhiking. I don't know how bears would do it, public transport.
What if it's
a shark can just fucking swim from where it was swimming to the Mersey, and I'd be the dickhead who, right, we're going to do the upside down kayak now. Okay, Dan Nightingale, you ready? Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Do you know?
They'd flip me over, and my fucking head's gone because a shark bit it off.
How do you know that there's not a brown bear in Delamere Forest that's just been hibernating for fucking ages?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Good point. And dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. There could be a T-Rex.
Yeah.
There isn't.
Yeah. But do you understand what I mean? If you're scared of sharks or underwater things, that's some serious shit.
Underwater things.
Yeah,
fish.
Fucking sea monsters. Jellyfish. I know we're sort of doing a comedy podcast and you're sort of all like, oh, it's jokesy. There could be a shark in the Albert Dock.
There could be.
I mean, you're far more likely to get
I'm
fucking twatted by a woman from Wrexham on a hen do, but...
I'm willing to take the risk that there isn't in order to have the fun of kayaking.
Yeah.
Like, there could also be, when you get on a plane...
Snakes? That's why my head...
There could be venomous snakes on the plane.
Snakes on the motherfucking plane?
There could be snakes on the plane.
There could be.
There could be. Dead easily as well. But spiders could be in the fucking fruit thing at Asda. That's happened before, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Where they fucking roll on a banana and they're like... And they
Here's my point. There's people who check planes and they're looking for what? Terrorism, sweetie wrappers, and snakes.
Oh, okay.
So they're looking around. If they see a snake, they're going to be like, there's a fucking snake there. Better get that snake off, cancel the flight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Spiders in the Tesco.
Yeah.
I can see. I'm reaching in, I can see.
There have been spiders.
I cannot see under the water anywhere.
There have
it's
been
freaky.
Venomous spiders on the fruit in England more times than there have been sharks in the Albert Dock.
Were you asked about sharks?
I'm terrified of the water.
Yes, Carl.
Doesn't get a wash.
Why he's growing so much?
I'm terrified of water.
Open water you don't like, innit?
Yeah, like the doctor.
You don't mind the bats?
No, that's
You'll go on a water slide?
Yeah, I'm fine with water, but I mean like deep water, like the sea, or like a big lake.
Or Albert Dock.
Me. The Albert Dock, yeah. I couldn't jump in. I did jump in because I was with the boys, but I couldn't do it now.
You're not meant to jump in.
You are meant to jump
There's
in?
signs saying don't jump in.
Yeah, not in this bit. This bit there's signs saying go ahead, lad.
Go on. Get in there.
It's a sign like that and it says go ahead, lad. Knock yourself out, but don't knock yourself out. Knock yourself out in brackets, figure of speech.
We should do a fears challenge. You know, we were talking about the 100 episodes, coming up to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
We should do a fear challenge.
I'm not going to Alton Towers.
Oh my God, I'd love you to.
It'll be horrible.
I'd love to see you do a little bit of wee on the teacups.
I can do the teacups. It's the fucking wazzy ones I don't like.
Do you think, we talked about swimming with dolphins and everything. Do you think for a podcast they'd let a 39-year-old bellend swim with sharks? Where would we do that?
Mozambique.
Sea Life Centre?
I don't think you can just get in the pool at SeaWorld, the Cheshire Oaks.
Do it in a dock.
What are you scared of, like, locally?
What do you mean? Out of the water?
Yeah.
You just mean general fears?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm not going on Nemesis in the Albert Dock.
Well, you mean what are your realistic fears?
Yeah, what could we do for your fear?
Heights do make me a bit jittery. We went to Blackpool Tower a couple of years ago. They've got a glass floor.
I can feel it in the bumhole.
Right, but we were with my, at the time, 1.5-year-old child.
Can you see what I'm doing?
And
I've tied myself to the chair. I can't.
Right. So you're at the top of the Blackpool Tower.
Fucking no.
And there is a glass floor, and you can see all the way down. And I was like, oh, and Laura's like, are you feeling that weirded out? I'm like, yeah. Because there was only about half a dozen of us. It's quite a big space. Put Etta on the floor, and she just walked out onto the glass floor. And she was looking at us like, yay, we're in a room. And I was looking at the most important thing in my existence ever, through a floor that she was on top of, onto the whole of Blackpool in the ground. And I was like, Laura, pick her the fuck up. It was freaking me out. And it was just her going, Etta was like, la la. She was looking, but she was so young. She was like, I don't know where the fuck I am. Does that freak you out?
I can't. I feel sick.
Oh.